Hi, it's Raleigh Weaver from First Church and Parish in Dedham, and we're expecting a big snowstorm. And so we probably won't have worship tomorrow, but I'm recording our service for tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy. Our centering thought is from You Are the One You've Been Waiting For, Applying Internal Family Systems to Intimate Relationships by Richard Schwartz. So much communication between couples is contained in the energy from which they speak. If you can speak from yourself, you can say even scary, challenging things, and somewhere inside, your partner will hear your continued love for them.
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Mystery from mystery, life is all and mystery. Mystery from mystery, life is all and mystery. Where do we go from? Where are we going? Where do we go from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Mystery, mystery, life is all and mystery. Mystery. Mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery.
Our opening words are The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. I light our chalice this morning for all those people who are snowed in today and anyone who might be feeling lonely and in need of a friend. Please sing with me hymn number 6, Just as Long as I Have Breath. Please say with me the unison affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, to serve humanity in love is our covenant with each other and with God. Well, I want to talk a little bit about what parts are and what the 3 C's are for our intergenerational message. What I like to do is just give you a little taste of what I'm going to try to talk about in my sermon. And I'm going to be talking about parts therapy. This fall, I was trained in level 1 of internal family systems therapy. Internal family systems therapy was developed to try to help people make sense of their emotions and their feelings and their reactions in a different way. And it's about thinking about the way we look at parts in our lives. Like sometimes part of me wants to do something and part of me wants to do something else. For instance, part of me would like to stay in Dedham and part of me is ready to move on. I think when you have different parts of yourself feeling different things, sometimes you can feel a little bit disconnected from yourself and what's best for you. When you are dealing with other people and working with other people, sometimes you have emotions that take the forefront. And instead of talking from your best self or the person that you think you are, you might be presenting as someone else. or some other way than you want to be. And when someone can approach you with caring and curiosity and compassion, then sometimes you can open up and feel your feelings a little bit more. So that's what the 3 C's are: caring, compassion, and curiosity. And I think a lot of times when we're approached by someone who's really angry, we don't know how to say, "Hey, I'm curious why you're so upset." And that even just real caring response can de-escalate a situation. So I want you to think about that as we go into meditation. I invite you into a time of prayer or meditation, as is your practice. And we begin by breathing in peace and breathing out love. Breathing in peace and breathing out love. Breathing in peace and breathing out love.
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe, breathe. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe, breathe out, breathe out. Breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
Our reading this morning is The Healing Time by Pisha Gertler. Finally, on my way to yes, I bump into all the places where I said no to my life, all the untended wounds, the red and purple scars, those hieroglyphs of pain carved into my skin, my bones, these coded messages that sent me down the wrong street again and again, where I find them, the old wounds, the old misdirections, and I lift them one by one close to my heart, and I say, holy, holy. Our second reading is Listening When Parts Speak by Tamal Floyd. When we are born, our parts are in their natural state. In most cases, they're not burdened. They can express the full nature of who they are: playful, curious, calm, free, loving, just to name a few. However, as children, when our needs for attention, affection, acceptance, and nurturance go unmet, are made fun of, or are denied, our natural ways of being become exiled. We learn that it isn't safe to be fully who we are. We learn that parts of us are unlovable, not good enough, shameful, and should be hidden. Parts take on roles to protect us from feeling these strong feelings of worthlessness. They do this in one of two ways. They can keep us from experiencing strong feelings by controlling everything, keep us too busy or focused on things or distracted to feel unmet needs. Or when something in our life triggers our feelings of not good enough or shame, parts swoop in and douse the severity of these feelings with intense distractions to take the attention off the emotional pain. We call both these types of parts protectors. Some protectors protect us in a protective way, keeping us feeling secure and keep us from feeling pain and vulnerability. These are called managers. We also have parts that protect us in a reactive way by extinguishing the pain that we are already experiencing by making more pain. We call these parts firefighters. These behaviors, beliefs, and strategies have developed feel automatic, and they believe that there are no alternatives to behaving this way. These reactive parts use tactics like disassociation, overreaction, and self-harm, even suicidal thoughts or actions, because anything, even if it hurts us, is some way better than the overwhelming feeling of vulnerability. Please sing with me hymn number 108 in My Life Goes On in Endless Song. After a couple of years of unsuccessful couples therapy, Jenny and I decided to try internal family systems therapy. I say unsuccessful because, from my perspective, Jenny and the couples therapist seemed to focus solely on my emotional outbursts as the central issue in our relationship. Each session felt like a spotlight was aimed right on me, highlighting my reactions while sidelining the broader dynamics I felt were at play. It often felt like I was the problem while the complexities of our interactions went unexamined. Richard Schwartz, the founder of IFS, points out that this is a common issue in couples therapy. One partner is often labeled the problem, which overlooks the intricate system of interactions at shape in each partner's experience. We all come from different family systems, and those systems significantly influence how we communicate and relate to one another. For example, if I grew up in a household where voices were raised and emotions were expressed loudly, that would become my model for communication. All of the ways that we are nurtured or not shape our behaviors and responses throughout our lives. The experiences we have as children inform how we engage with the world as adults. Richard Schwartz began developing IFS therapy in the 1980s while working as a family therapist. He noticed that clients often referred to different parts of themselves, expressing conflicting feelings and desires. I imagine that each of you can draw upon times when you feel divided, times when you've said things like, part of me wants to walk in there and tell my boss exactly what I think, but part of me wants to put my head down and soldier on. Or part of me wants to hold my child in a safe, loving embrace forever, but part of me knows that some tough love is what is called for. This observation led him to conceptualize the mind as a system of subpersonalities, each with its own role and emotional landscape, much like the way every family member in a family system has their own role and emotional landscape. By helping clients understand and communicate with their different parts inside of them, he found that they could foster internal harmony and healing. IFS emphasizes self compassion and understanding, offering a therapeutic framework that integrates the various aspects of the self. In Schwartz's book, You Are the One You've Been Waiting For, he presents a metaphorical story about a parent who inherits from their own upbringing a magical kitchen that provides endless nourishment, symbolizing the love and emotional fulfillment that every child needs. Drawing from their nurturing upbringing, this parent creates a supportive environment where their children also thrive without cravings or distrust. In contrast, another parent was raised in a household that constantly faced scarcity, frequently leading to frustration and desperation. The youngest children in that household went out to find help, while the older siblings took the burdens on that they were ill equipped to handle. Once, when a stranger arrived, promising instant relief, the temptation to escape their struggles became overwhelming, causing the family to compromise its values. One can imagine the home in which this parent was raised. Their children would be lacking and trying to meet their needs with any food that was provided. This narrative brilliantly illustrates how love can be both a nurturing force and complex, just as food can be healthy and bad for us. Sometimes daunting aspects of our inner lives are formed when we are deprived of what we really need. During the early years of my marriage, Jenny might have characterized me as irrational and unpredictable. Given her background, my emotional responses felt erratic and out of control. I grew up in a family where loud, aggressive arguments and broken objects were commonplace. Expressing strong emotions was a natural response to stress in my family. But through IFS therapy, I began to understand that my emotional reactions were firefighters. Jenny, on the other hand, was raised in a household in which strong negative emotions were scary and people would shy away from them. Our childhood experiences shaped the different parts of our adult personalities. In our least centered times, we can be like two children navigating through a chaotic world, with me throwing tantrums and her running away. In IFS, there's a foundational belief that there are no bad parts. Each part of our psyche, whether it seeks to please others or reacts in an explosive manner, has developed in a way to cope with and manage life's challenges. Recognizing that every part has a purpose opens the door to self compassion and helps us to live more from a sense of original self. Rumi's poem, Guest House, resonates deeply with this journey of understanding ourselves and each other. He invites us to see our emotions as guests in a house. Welcoming each and every one of them is essential to our human experience. This perspective aligns beautifully with the principles of IFS, where every part of ourselves needs to be acknowledged and embraced, even the ones we may feel are burdensome. From the viewpoint of internal family systems therapy, caring, compassion, and curiosity are vital components that help to foster a true sense of our natural, unburdened self. Non judgmental exploration of feelings and reactions exhibited by different parts encourages individuals to embrace their internal conflict, recognizing and valuing the diverse voices and parts within everyone. Individuals can explore their emotions and experiences with genuine curiosity by cultivating compassion for these various aspects, by welcoming at the door like a guest. Our understanding of ourselves and our relationships continually shifts as we navigate life. Internal family systems therapy recognizes that our experiences are not linear, but interconnected and quite complex. Each person's background shapes their interactions with others. For instance, my upbringing in a loud, emotionally charged household naturally influenced how I reacted to family stress, often leading to my emotional outbursts that felt so normal to me, and then Jenny perceived as unpredictable. Through IFS, I began to identify and understand the parts of myself that were reacting to Jenny's behavior. I realized that I was always reactive firefighter mode, while she was naturally in a manager mode and putting up walls to protect herself from my emotions. Over time, I began to realize my parts as something that was striving to communicate a deeper, more hidden need. And over time, we became more in touch with our true selves, which is much calmer and less reactive to each other's different parts and communication styles. Again, Rumi's invitation to treat every emotion as a guest resonates profoundly with this journey of acceptance. When we encounter sadness or anger or fear or shame, we can choose to greet these feelings rather than to shun them. This practice allows us to process our emotions and recognize their purpose in our lives. Each feeling like a guest offers a valuable lesson and insight. Reflecting on my relationship with Jenny, our journey through therapy, I realized that embracing the full spectrum of our emotions has been transformative and helped us deepen our connection to each other. We cultivate a sense of wholeness by welcoming each other's parts and each part of ourselves, whether it's the playful child or the protective manager or the reactive firefighter. Each plays a vital role in our lives, contributing to our experiences and shaping who we are. The integration is not a destination, but an ongoing process requiring patience and self compassion. Because in IFS, we don't get rid of parts, we transform them. In moments of conflicts, I strive to remind myself of Rumi's wisdom. Rather than reacting defensively or letting my protectors take the driver's seat or pushing away my feelings, I work to acknowledge the feelings that arise within me. This practice benefits my relationships and enriches my connection with myself, the most important relationship. I learn to sit with the discomfort I feel, listen to the messages from my parts, and respond with kindness instead of judgment. This shift in perspective has transformed how I approach conflicts in my marriage, in my interaction with friends, in my interactions with family, and with every person that I meet. When I encounter others' emotional struggles, I find myself more inclined to respond with empathy, recognizing that they too are navigating their own internal landscapes filled with various parts. I'm continually working to contribute to a collective healing that transcends the individual experience by fostering an environment of compassion and understanding. And I do that with curiosity. As we progress in our lives, it's essential to create spaces where we can honor our parts and parts of others. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and express our true feelings, we open a door to a deeper connection and more authentic relationships. Just as the magical kitchen in Schwartz's metaphorical story nourishes and sustains our acceptance of each part of ourselves, can lead to a profound emotional fulfillment. Compassion, curiosity, and caring are the crucial, nurturing cornerstones of real relationships. Curiosity invites us to explore rather than to react to feelings. Caring reinforces our commitment to support one another and nurture those relationships built on trust and understanding. Compassion allows us to recognize the struggles that each of us carry. Let us remember that every feeling is a gift that can offer us lessons and insights and help to grow. By welcoming emotions, we heal ourselves and create a more compassionate world where everyone can experience their own selves. Let us cultivate a more systemic and profound love for others and ourselves, understanding and connection that nourishes not just us, but the whole world around us. Let us be gentle with ourselves and with each other as we journey towards more healing, leaning in with compassion and curiosity and caring to deepen the understanding and strengthen our bonds. As we do this, we create a community where we can all thrive, all be seen and heard and valued. May we continue to grow together, embracing our shared humanity and the beauty that arises when we open our hearts to one another, no matter what is being expressed. And now let us go from this place, loving ourselves with our whole hearts and loving others just as we wish to be loved. In fact, let us love the hell out of this world. Amen.